I'll come back.
You are now listening to the Lexicon Podcast. Now, let the show begin.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lexicon Podcast number 30, or the Dirty 30, as that was in practice. That was synchronized for some reason.
Dirty.
Welcome to episode 30 of the Lexicon Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, joining us. Happy Friday, everybody.
Fuck yeah, man.
Well, happy Monday, since you guys are
yeah.
Monday. But,
happy Monday, too.
You know, it's a long...
Kick ass on Monday.
Yay.
Last week was a long weekend, but it's okay. Another long weekend is going to come around the corner.
Soon.
She'll be coming around the corner.
When she comes.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Lexicon Podcast. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Thank you so much for Audible for sponsoring this podcast. Hey!
Yeah, Audible.
So, the last podcast we had was about pettiness. So, I'm going to start this one. It's not about pettiness, so it's not pettiness part 2. You can still send in your pettiness stories and from last week. Please, we want to hear it. Again, any stories you guys want to bring in and stuff like that, check out our Patreon. Obviously, you know, support us financially if you can for $1 or more. Patreon.com/Lexicon Podcast. There's tiers where you can actually make a topic, you know, one of the podcast topics your own. So you can do that, send it in. Or, of course, just send us your comments. We'll try to see what we can
love talking. We're going to talk about it.
And we love including you. So, you know, again, if you guys can't support us financially, though, it's okay, though. Just share it with your friends. Leave those great comments and reviews. We definitely appreciate it. But last week we were talking about petty. This week we're going to talk about the first time you felt freedom, or also the first time you kind of got mad at your parents or you guys had a fight. So now what I mean by either or is because sometimes that sense of freedom kind of is joined by the sense of you separating from your parents because you want to be independent. And sometimes that also adds like a scuffle to it and, you know, something like that. So
sometimes it just backfires on you.
Yeah. Sometimes it just backfires and we'll hear more about that later.
Hey.
But the reason I want to start this one is because my wife has said this story along. Angie, I don't think has ever heard it. And of course, you guys haven't heard it. This will be the first time for you guys. But when I was younger, my mom did something that was very petty. I guess we'll say it, petty. When I was younger, my mom used to work full time until like she had my sister. Then she kind of became a stay-at-home mom and take care of us and stuff like that. But the thing is, when I was little, I had somebody that was taking care of me, obviously babysitter. But not a babysitter that would come over. It's like, you know, I would be at her house taking care of her, being taken care of until mom couldn't pick me up. So when I was little, just like our kid is now, you know, the first words we know are like mom, dad, whatever. So obviously I would call this lady, you know, mama. As I got older, obviously I didn't call her that anymore. I called her by her first name because I realized, hey, that's my mom. This is my, like, the lady who, you know, pretty much raised me until I was 5. Anyway, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, around that time, I was throwing a tantrum, you know, being a little kid, being a little annoying little brat. Again, we had the story. I was raised a little bit spoiled, so it was in my mentality. So, you know, as I got older, obviously I didn't do it, but in that age, I was still kind of throwing some tantrums here and there, especially when I wanted something, you know. So at this point, I think I wanted something. I don't remember exactly what it was that I wanted, but again, the way it is now, you know, Liz and I say no to our kid, even though he's 1. Like, hey, you can't have everything. Relax. And then my grandparents are like, fuck it, whatever you want, bro. Like, that's, you know, you're not our kid.
That's just how it is.
Go for it, you know. And obviously when, you know, the babysitter's going to be the same way, like, yeah, whatever. So obviously when I was at the lady who raised me in her house, like, she would just let me get away with anything. Like, I wasn't a bad kid either. But I, you know, if I wanted a toy, like, I'd be playing with it. I wanted to go outside. She had a house, so like she had a front yard or whatever. I would be outside in the front yard playing around, like playing with her dog. And then when I wanted to come inside, I would come inside. And it's a lot different where my parents lived because we lived in an apartment complex, and you can't really go outside all the time because there's cars coming in and out of the parking lot. It's not a front yard. So like, you know, when I wanted to go outside and everything, my parents were like, "Yo, chill. It's already late." And at this point, we're waiting for my dad to go home from work. And I wanted something. I don't know what it was. It's probably me trying to go outside or something. And mom's like, no, you can't. Like, no puedes salir ahorita. Like, da-da-da. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to my, you know, Mama Chela's house or whatever. Like, I can do whatever I want. I'd rather go live with her.
Oh, dude.
Oh. That was the wrong thing to say to my mom. Like, she didn't hit me or anything. Hey. I mean, I know the chancla. Trust me. I know the chancla. It's a whole different generation now, but back then, I knew the chancla. Trust me. But she didn't do that. She restrained herself, which is even more scary. Because when they're quiet and they restrain themselves, you know you fucked up. If they bring out the chancla, you can kind of play it off like, oh, you know, she's going to hit me, whatever. Or like she actually hits you.
Or it'll hurt for a little bit and then it'll go away.
It'll go away. You guys kind of, you say, oh, I'm sorry I fucked up. But when they're quiet and they don't say anything, that's fucking scary. Because you're like, oh shit, my mom didn't react. That must mean she's fucking plotting something. So like 5 minutes pass. And then I grab a toy and I'm thinking, you know, whatever, oh man. You know, she left to her room and I'm playing. And then she comes out with the fucking bag. And it's my fucking like little baby clothes and shit like in there in the bag. She's like, okay, cabrón, ¿te quieres ir? Vete pues. Like obviously she's fucking like tempting me and like saying, all right, let's see how fucking much of a little kid and man you are. Here, vete la chingada pues. And then she gave me the bag, had my clothes in there, and I grabbed the stick like in the movies how like the hobos and stuff. She grabbed the stick, she like tied it on the stick and she gave it to me and she pushed me out the door. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, like, you know, like, no, por favor, no, like, you know, like a little kid, like, no, mom, I'm sorry, estaba jugando, like, you know, she threw me out the door, closed the door, locked it, and then closed the wooden door, and, like, I kicked my ass out. I was, like, 4 or 5, and I was, like, you know, started crying and everything, knocking on the door, like, ma, déjame entrar, like, you know, God. And then she was, like, she didn't say anything. She obviously I could see that she was like looking at me through the window. Now that I think about it, like as a older, I'm like, fuck, she was looking at me. Obviously, I'm her kid. She's not gonna let me there. But she left my ass outside until my dad got home, which was like 2 hours later. So I was just sitting on the bench, like with the like the steak in the bag and like my clothes there. And then my dad came home. He's like, ¿Por qué estás afuera? ¿Por qué estás llorando? You know, like, me sacó, like my mom kicked me out. You know, me sacó mi mamá. And then like my dad asked her like, what happened? And she told her, she's like, te chingaste, like, you know, te la mereciste, like, you know, fuck it, you know, what can you do? You know, obviously by the time my dad got home, she let me in, and then I went over to her and I hugged her, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and like, oh, sí, cabrón, ahora sí que no que era muy hombrecito, ahora la chingada, pues, cabrón. God. And I was, you know, I never did that shit to her ever again. Never, ever did that shit to her ever again. But that was the first time I learned what freedom really costs at the age of like 4. Again, I don't remember exactly what 4 or 5, but that's when I learned freedom fucking actually costs you something. You really want to go for it, you're gonna lose your home for a temporary bit until you find it again. So that's why I wanted to start this podcast off, because she's heard the story. Obviously, my mom tells it a lot better because it's a lot better in Spanish. Because you start saying her sayings in Spanish.
Love it.
And obviously,
his mom is very spicy.
My mom is very funny.
She will. And I've never gotten to see that side of your mom. I've always met her in passing, but I imagine she would be.
No, she is. She's.
Yeah, I love my mom. I'm
she'll
definitely.
tell you shit straight out.
I'm definitely a mama's boy, like for sure. I'm like first child. I'm pretty sure like I'm her favorite. Like I think, like I'm pretty sure.
But it's because you can't bring this light into the house.
It's because I fuck with everybody and like I make everybody laugh. Like she's always getting mad because I'm fucking with her. Like but at the same time making my mom laugh. So like, obviously she doesn't like it because it's like my mom or whatever. Yeah, but then later on, like I'll be making her laugh and I'll be fucking with my mom and she's like, déjala en paz. And I'm like, dude, she likes it. She's laughing. She's cool. Like or whatever. Or one of my favorite sayings of my mom is when like my sister was younger, she would like be like screaming at her or like punishing her or whatever. Like, yeah, cálmate. Like not screaming at her like to be abusive, but like telling her to shut up or like calm down. Like, yo, cálmate. Yeah, like whatever. And I'm like, déjala en paz. And my mom's like, no la estoy tocando. And I'm just like, God fucking damn it. Now you know why I'm a smart ass. It's because of you.
You get it from someone.
Yeah. And he always fucking does that. I'm like, leave whatever you're doing alone or whatever, whoever you're fucking with. He's like, well, I'm not touching them.
It's always, I don't know if you guys ever seen that Sunny D commercial where he's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. That's pretty much what I do. But like when somebody's like, leave him alone, I'm like, I'm not touching him. I'm gonna
do that to you next time. You're like, I'm hungry. You're like, I'm not feeding you. I'm not feeding you.
I'm gonna get Blue Apron. It's cool.
Whatever.
Tune in next week's podcast and know what that's all about.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's why I want to start this podcast, because that's always been one of my favorite stories. I remember vividly getting kicked out and having the little steak on the bag and everything, like a freaking like the movies and everything. But she kicked me out of the house, and I never fuck with her again. As far as like telling her I want her to go to my rather go.
Those are like the best lessons you can learn though, when there's like a good amount of comedy in it that you like as a kid you don't know, but then you look back and you're like, that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's
I learned something and I laughed.
That's why I love saying it, because like nowadays I'm like I was an idiot. Like I was a little dumbass, and I was thinking I was a badass, saying I want to go live with her at her house instead of this house, you know. And I mean, obviously, it hurt my mom because you know, as a parent, you don't ever want to hear that. And I was a little kid, so obviously it hurt her. So that's why she was quiet, because she didn't want to like be rude, like, or say anything that she was gonna regret later on. But yeah, that's a story now. Now we all laugh about it, and my mom obviously.
But I'm sure when it happened, it was like, whoo, shit is hitting the fan.
Well, I mean, that's when my dad got home, and she told her what happened. Like she told him what happened. He was like, "You fucked up, buddy. Like there's nothing I could do to save you." And again, my dad was the one that spoiled me the most. Like he spoils all of us now. Like, you know, it's not like just me.
Our son.
Yeah. That's what my kid. So my dad gets home, and my kid sees him. He like fucking screams for him, and like for us, he doesn't do it. But this is why, because he knows that my dad, if he wants to go outside, my dad's gonna take him outside. If he wants to go like take his shoes off or take his socks off, my dad's gonna do it.
That's how it is with my nieces and my nephews when they see my parents. I'm like, not fair.
So, yeah, that's my story of my first time I ever encountered freedom.
Damn, and that's a young age.
It was a forceful way to learn freedom. All right.
Oh my god!
I learned quickly that I needed my parents. I was hungry, and I was outside. And
I was cold. I was lonely.
I was cold. I was lonely. I couldn't go inside the house. I was right there, but I had no keys.
There were kids around to play with, but I didn't want to play with them. I was depressed. Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't even remember if anybody came up to me, but I know I was super crying, like, you know, like super.
Is
crying.
it that same little bench that your mom has outside?
I don't know if it's the same like pink bench or whatever, but it was like we always had like a chair or something outside the house, like to sit down on. But it was a bench, so I don't know if it was. I don't think it was the same pink bench.
I think you guys got the pink bench after your sister, the oldest.
I think so.
Girl.
Yeah. So.
That's funny.
But we both had something to sit on, and I was sitting on that, waiting for my dad to go home, because I was a little fucking brat, thinking I can get away with saying shit like that to my mom. But I learned my lesson real quick. Oh man. So who wants to go next?
I can go. I mean, mine. I have one of like me and my dad. But that one's what I don't know. That one was kind of like dumb.
That's fine. So you shared mine.
No, I know, but I'll talk about the one with my mom because that one was really dumb. That one was in college. She got upset with me. I'll give you the whole backstory. When I was in college, I would participate a lot with the photo. Well, in photo. So I would do black and white photography, and before I got into it, I was modeling pretty much for Luis. Like, yeah, he was my boyfriend, but he would use me as a subject. So
you were his muse.
I was, yeah.
I think you still are. His Instagram post. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
Thank you. He says I don't notice it. I do. I'm just very shy about calling it out. I've been with this man 10 years, and I'm like still like, oh.
You don't want
it's still me.
You don't want to let the ego go.
Yeah. So I don't say anything. But this time around, it was like, I think it was my first year in college, and he used me to submit for the annual student art show, which happens at the end of every year, which is around May-ish. And
the only time I've been to that when you had yours, or you had some submission at some gallery or something.
Yeah, the one on campus.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever been.
The one when I got in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only time I ever went.
Yeah.
Because it was you. Other than that, I was like.
Yeah. So eventually that was later. That was much later when I started doing my own stuff. But at first I was just modeling for him, and we did this one shoot where it was just me, but I was clothed, but I had a bra on, and it was just my face. That's all it was. It was just me. I didn't have these bangs. I had like side swept bangs when I started college, and it was just a portrait of me like that. And he did this specific way of photographing it and putting it on a canvas called liquid emulsion. He painted something on it. He exposed the photo, and I appear on it, right? So it's me on there. These canvases that are probably like 4x5, regular 4x5 photos. If you're seeing the YouTube video, you're seeing me put my hands up. And I was all excited because he got in, and we were excited that he got in. And it was his first time getting into a show, and I was a subject, and it was 3 photos of me. And I got excited to show it to my parents, showed it to my mom, and my mom was like immediately like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was already like 19, 20. And I was like, aren't you proud? Like, we got in. Like, this is fun. This is a pretty damn momentous occasion for an artist. Yeah, it's pretty damn cool. You're doing this in college. Yes, it's your peers and a couple of people that are doing this, that are judging it and getting you in, but it's a big deal. Shut down immediately. Stop talking to me for like 2-3 weeks.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Why? I was in a bra.
I mean, she didn't understand her generation.
Yeah, of course, it completely did. But to me, it was like no fucking deal because I got nothing but compliments on it, and he also did obviously kept going forward with me using me as a model and kept getting praise. So I didn't see what was wrong with it. I could see what was wrong with it, but I refused to notice it because I was like, that's not the way that I want to like continue my college career if I'm going to possibly do this as an art form. And at that time I was possibly going into just doing nothing but CSUN and doing photo. So yeah, it was like that for like 2 to 3 weeks of just the silent treatment. No, this is what you did. This is why you shouldn't have done it. Nothing, just complete silence until eventually she like warmed up. I never apologized for it. Till now, I do not apologize for it because that's just the kind of person I am. You don't like something I'm doing, tough titties, get used to it. Don't care. So yeah, that was the first time where I was like, I'm your only girl, the youngest one, going to college, and you're getting upset with me over this photo.
Like,
okay.
I was topless.
Yeah, and I was like, I wasn't naked. Well, not in that one. But like, that to me was like it not only did it hurt me, I'm sure it hurt her, of course, but it hurt me because I was like, man, like, I was like, I'm not even doing anything bad. You rather be out in these streets? Like, I didn't see it. But that was the first time where I was like, okay, I gotta be very selective with what I gotta show you from here on out. And I was. After that, I was very selective about what I showed them when I was doing in school. So a lot of the times they were left in the dark, and it was for me to be having my own peace of mind. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember the first time I shot in a bra. My mom didn't like it either. Sorry, I had to do it. I've never done that.
I just picture you going like,
I'm always doing that at home.
our son does that.
Oh my
Not
God.
that he does that, but like when you take off his shirt, he's like,
Yeah, like he take off his shirt, he's like, he feels freedom. So
yeah,
it's like he starts, and then I'm always messing him going like that. He's like,
Oh my God.
It's like always
He's
relaxed.
just a nudist.
sorry,
Oh
we
my
talk
God.
about him a lot. It's just he does a lot of random ass shit. That we
Yeah,
just
I mean,
fucking laugh at.
we're gonna talk about him a lot because he's our first kid, and he's only a year old. Like, shit.
And
We're
besides
in love
work,
with him, man.
that is our world. Besides work and podcast, that's our world.
It's one of the reasons why, like, I get asked a lot to do like overtime or something like that. Like, they'll ask me, and I'll be like, I'll take like 30-minute lunches and shit like that. But my kid is like my priority. Like,
Yeah.
I go home, and like they're like, but other people are working. What? That's cool.
It's that's their prerogative.
I'm not taking
You
it away
can't-
from them,
Yeah,
but
you can't.
I'm gonna run home.
I agree with that.
To my kid,
Mhm.
and then when they fall asleep is when I'm like, I'll go to sleep late because I'll be like editing or like doing stuff like for the podcast or like doing stuff for my YouTube channel and stuff like that. But like,
important.
you know, once they go to sleep, but it's like my hobby. You know, I get home, I do something, and then because I get home, he's asleep, I do something, and then usually like he wakes up and like we'll eat. Like, well, I always make it a habit of like, I'll be doing something and she's like, food's ready, and I'm like, hold on, I'm trying to finish this game, or like, hey, I'm finishing this editing, whatever, and then I'll stop. But then I'll always go eat at the table, like.
We have family dinner.
Yeah, like he sits with us and like we eat and stuff like that. Like I always make it a habit, and then afterwards, like, yeah, I'll do my stuff. But you know, if she wants to handle something or whatever, I'll just hang out with him. Or like I'll get home and he's like fuzzy or whatever, and like he only wants to be with me. I'll grab him and like I'll just show him and stuff like that, and then just. I'm waiting though to the time where he like starts the same way. Like I start thinking back to the same story I told you guys, and I'm just like, fuck, I can't wait till the day he tells me something like that, because it's gonna hurt the shit out of me. But it's gonna be like,
That's part of being a
you know,
parent,
it's like that, hey, that karma motherfucker is getting
Yeah.
you back. So it's gonna it's for your own thing. But like now we're like, obviously like reading to him is one thing, but he doesn't really understand it. But he like looks at it, but he loves like looking at movies and like, listening
Music.
to, yeah, and like he loves listening to like when you put something on for his ears, like he'll be like, what is that? And speaking of listening, for you, the listeners of the Lexicon Podcast, sorry, I had to get the
That was
segue. I
good.
had to say, I saw
That's
the
smooth.
I saw the
Bravo
I saw
right
the
there.
segue come in. I had to take it.
Yeah.
For you, the listeners of the Lexicon Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you opportunity to check out their service. This time Angie had a book that she listened
Yes. So on Audible, I listened to this book called Luckiest Girl Alive. It's narrated by the main character of the book. I'm not gonna give away anything about the book because the title is a little off, you know? Like it makes you think like, why the fuck do I want to know about this girl who's the luckiest girl alive? But why the fuck is she the luckiest girl alive? The book is very I finished it so fast because it was so good. It's one of those where I like got home and I like stayed in the driveway and just tried to finish a chapter. But it's
I've done that.
yeah, it was one of those kind of books. I love that book. And yeah, so if you kind of like Gone Girl, you're going to like this book. Luckiest Girl Alive, I recommend on Audible. The narrator's voice is also very it's done well.
That's always a big thing too. Like I
Yeah.
like the fact that Audible has like previews, so you can listen to the narrator's voice. Because like the narrator's voice isn't good, you're not gonna
Yeah.
want to sit there and listen for like 30 hours like
Yeah.
listen to this. So, and don't forget, guys, to download your free audiobook, go to audibletrial.com/Lexicon Podcast. Again, that's audibletrial.com/Lexicon Podcast for your free audiobook. Thank you so much to Audible sponsoring this podcast.
Woo, whoop, whoop.
So, what about you? What's the first time you had freedom or? I mean, most of it's been like /freedom/ kind of argument.
Well,
So, what do you have for us? And you have something here?
one thing is, I do?
Yeah.
Get it all.
All right, you're good. Wait, no. Okay, so it's glitter. So, real quick, you still have it. While I'm doing this, let me tell you guys something that my wife always notices about my kid.
He likes partying with fucking strippers or something.
No. Context.
I'm sorry, don't take it out of the context. By that I mean,
she gets home and like starts hanging. Obviously, we start hanging out with the kid. As soon as we get home, we take him off my mom's hands or whatever because she takes care of him, and she always finds glitter on him, like on a shirt or something. And she's like, "Where the fuck do you get glitter from?" And it's not just when my mom takes care of him. It was like when her mom takes care of
all
him.
the fucking
It's
time.
he has some kind of glitter like on him. It's funny.
What color is it?
Random pink, white, red. It's just glitter.
I'm pretty sure
It's
it's most
just
of the time
any
from
glitter.
the toys. Like the toys have
I-
glitter on it
I
sometimes.
think it has to do
or,
with
like,
with Alex's little sister because she
And my
likes
sister
to
always playing
put
with
glitter
glitter.
glue on a lot of shit,
Oh, okay.
and they hang out a lot.
That's cute though.
yeah. But that's funny. There's always glitter, and she's like, "Why are you
Be
always?"
worried when you start seeing like glitter eyelids,
God, no,
and, like
no,
glitter
no.
cut cheeks and shit.
Like I'm not gonna be worried if he does it well. Because if he does it well, then I'll be
He
like,
could be the next cover girl.
hell yeah, dude, cover boy.
Yay, you
Cover
never
boy.
know.
But if he does it wrong, I'm gonna be like, bro, you fucking up.
Yeah.
Don't spend money if you're gonna do it wrong.
Don't spend.
I'm just saying. No, so he can choose. I mean, we don't know how he's gonna be. He choose whatever. As long as he does it right, though.
Oh, he can marry the next CEO of fucking a big bank. That's
Do you want him to have a sugar mama?
not a bad idea.
We'll see when it gets to that. If you're actually gonna make him
I
have that
know.
freedom.
I think it's not a bad idea.
So, all right,
trips.
what's your story?
Don't forget about your mom and dad.
Oh my god,
Um,
we've been speaking so much about our kid. Sorry.
I love you, sweetheart. We love you. Anyways, so getting kicked out when you're a kid, it's sad. Getting kicked out when you're an adult is fucking homeless.
It's worse.
Yeah. So I thought I had it at the independence because I was getting paid and I had my own little job and I was staying at my mom's and I felt good. My mom's a single mom, obviously, so giving her a little cash for the rent felt really good. For the first time that I ever gave her cash for the rent, I gave it to her. But that I was an adult, I could go out, I could party, and I could come back at whatever the fucking time I wanted. Turns out I ended up sleeping over at my girlfriend's house. She got really pissed. She told me, here's your fucking rent money, get the fuck out. I guess now that I'm an adult, I see it. I'm like, okay, it's because I was living under her roof. She probably thought, there's still some rules. You can't be doing this shit. So I didn't know where else to go, so I called my sister. Thankfully, my sister was living a block away from that house. And I stayed with her, and since I had that little cash that my mom gave me back, I went out and bought new clothes.
So you didn't learn your lesson right away.
I did not.
We'll spend that money for rent on clothes. And
I
stuff.
went to buy clothes, and I'm like, I don't need you. Now, as an adult, with my own son, I'm like, fuck, that would hurt my heart. Seeing that my kid does that. Well, a couple of days passed, and my mom called my sister, and they talked, and we ended up apologizing, shaking our hands, and we're good to go. And I never ever did that to my mom again because I felt really bad to not talk to my mom. That was the only time second time that we ever argued about something. Well, we have argued a million times about random shit. She knows that if I am on a really bad day, don't talk to me. If I'm cleaning, don't talk to me.
She's having a dream about you. Don't
talk to her. I like being alone. So even when I'm washing, I can fucking stand that shit. When people are like, "Oh, I remember you when you were younger," blah blah. Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't
Small
remember
talk.
you.
Yeah. I used to work at a 99-cent store around my house. I could literally walk there and back within 5 minutes. So I go and do laundry a block away from there. So a lot of people that I see there, they're like, "Oh, you used to work over here." I'm like, "Yeah." My earbuds go back. Like, yeah, fuck you guys. Like, I'm not getting paid to talk to you anymore.
Yeah. Customer service is one thing, but my real life is like, why are you guys in sync with the beer, man? You guys didn't drink at the same time, but you literally reach for it right at the same time.
It's that good.
It's like
no.
it's also like when
we're not gonna talk about it. We're not sponsored by
when
them.
periods sync up.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I have a story about that.
You got excited.
Yeah, I do. Okay, I do. But yeah, continue with your story, and I'll tell you why I was excited.
I remember hearing this story where another person that does radio has a daughter. And his daughter called him the first time she had her period. He's like, "Sweetheart, every time you get it, every month, call me until you're like 40 years old, and you can stop calling me." He's like, "Because that means that she's not pregnant."
What was that? Speaking of that, like that, was it Chris Rock or I don't know who it was. They said that you can't have a boyfriend until you're. Oh, it's George Lopez. You can't have a boyfriend until you're married.
Oh man.
So it's like the same thing. Like you can't mean you're not pregnant. You can't have a boyfriend. You can't have a boyfriend until you're married.
Yep.
Oh shit! Talking about arranged marriages.
For real.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the reason I got super excited about you saying like the period syncing up, it's newsflash, I'm a huge nerd. Like I love like video games and all that nerdy stuff. Like I'm not a big comic book guy, so I'm sorry I'm not in that realm. But I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day. And then when you play a lot of World of Warcraft, you meet a lot of people, and then you obviously like voice chat and everything, and you start talking because it's middle of the night. You're still playing World of Warcraft. You don't want to get bored, so you start talking about the random shit. So one of the people I used to hang around with, play all the time with, her name was Luna in game. And then that was the first time, because she used to go to an all-girls school. So that was the first time I ever learned about period syncing up.
Is that true?
Yes. And I thought it was crazy.
At an all-girls school?
Yeah. She was like, it happens, whoever is the most, like, alpha or whatever, or, like, the most dominant, whatever, everybody's period syncs up to that girl or that teacher or whatever. So, like, she's like, not every single person, like, obviously was synced up, but, like, the cliques that were together, their periods, like, would sync up. And I was just like,
I noticed that when I was in middle school. That was probably the time I had most girl that were friends. And that would happen to us.
I was amazed. I was like, this is what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is crazy. And, like, obviously she'll tell me, like, all the stories of, like, shit that happened in all girl schools, girls finding out about each other and experimenting and stuff like that. Like, obviously, like, it was a high school, so, and I was in high school, too, so it's not like I was a fucking grown man talking to this girl. But anyway, like, I was in high school, she was in high school, so I was like, are you telling me all these stories? Like, they talk about, like, American Pie and all these things, like, are real? She's like, some of them. Like, it's not that crazy. But, people do experiment. People don't know each other. Like, people
especially
don't know about themselves.
Especially at all-girls school?
And especially at that time where the people don't really talk about gender differences or, like, being able to explore yourself and stuff like that.
Fucking crazy.
So,
that's tight.
Like, the whole singing out thing was fucking fun.
I believe it because me and my good friends, like that for a long time. A long time. We were always in sync.
And then you said, bye.
Yeah, until I got...
Sorry, I heard in sync. I had to say it.
Until I started, dating, and she started dating, and,
that's when they all go wonky.
Yeah.
Because hormones.
Yeah.
Then you were like, shit, I'm late.
No, and then there's a thing about... Sorry, you guys, but there is a thing about girls psychologically fucking themselves up when they don't get their days, that they start thinking they're actually pregnant, and the pregnant symptoms start coming.
That's, I can see it happening.
Never experienced that.
Says the guy who has a girl who always wants to fucking, like, kill him.
Can you stop that? People are going to be really worried for me. Please be worried for me.
No, you're saying it. No, don't worry. We're good.
But you and your mom are really good now though, because I know like
Oh,
she
yeah.
loves you. Like when I obviously we moved out and stuff, she was like, "Don't." And I was like, "Bye."
Well, I'm one of the last freaking little chicks in the coop.
Yeah, she was the last.
One of the last.
The last.
My
I just imagine you being like in your head, like, bye.
In my
See
head.
you later.
In my head, I said it out loud. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I get along with her. I get along with my
Okay.
mother-in-law. Yeah, she's really funny. Like, and I get along with her. But like, I do mess with her too.
He
The thing-
sat my mom down and told her, one day soon we're gonna be moving out, and the day we
That's
moved
good,
out,
though.
don't feel bad.
I
You
told her
guys
like
just fucking
literally
come up with it.
the first time we moved, because we had moved into her
Yeah.
house and stuff to help her on stuff too. Like the first day we like moved in,
Welcome to LA.
I sat her down and I was like, I'm just so you know what kind of person I am, because she knew me, but she didn't really know me. But I've been dating her daughter for a while. I was respectful, obviously, when she was looking.
I remember when the first time she met you, she's like, "No lo dejes ir." Which
Thought I had
means,
money
don't
or what?
don't leave. No, because she liked the way you were.
I was respectful.
Yeah.
OMG.
She's like, don't.
Yeah, and then
Don't
so,
let
like,
him
but
leave.
like, but the thing is, for me, like again, the same way my mom is and stuff, I'm always like playing around drugful, like, and that's how I was with her mom. So like, she knows how I am, and then she obviously knows when I was serious. Like, I've had serious talks with her mom. Like, I think it's even gotten to the point where I'm like, how do you say it in Spanish? Regañándola. How do you say it in Spanish? In English? Oh
You're
shit.
scolding her.
Yeah, I was scolding her mom, and her mom was like, oh. Like she didn't like it, like not in a bad way, but she was like, "You're right. I just don't like hearing it."
Yeah.
And that, guess who's like that too?
That's,
I'm sorry, Angie.
We don't like tutors.
we don't. Don't teach us. Let us do it.
Don't scold us.
Yeah.
I'm okay with tutors. I'm fine. Obviously, I have to be.
I am now, but like, I know what you mean.
Like, don't go through the freaking
I'll let
training
you talk and
program
I'll
if I already know
I'll
how
let
to
you
do
make
it.
your point, but I'm
Yeah.
still gonna do whatever I want.
In one ear, out the other.
But yeah, so like when I was there, obviously her mom didn't tell her anything and stuff like that. But she's gotten into like little petty arguments with her sister or whatever, or like her mom, and I'd be like, just leave him alone. Like I told her, just get leave him alone. She's like,
He will literally be like a kid, like slapping the hand and tell him to go to the fucking corner. He'll do that to me. Whenever that will start, like, just get in.
so if you want to think about it now, she has to still experience her freedom for me, because like whenever she's doing something wrong, I'll be like, I told you not to do that.
And then I stay quiet and just say,
But this is why though, because she's like, you're right, and I hate you for it. Because that's a love-hate thing, you know. We're married, it happens.
Oh man.
But yeah, we communicate a lot. It's the funniest thing, dude. So, but yeah, so like with her mom, look, I've never had the scolding, obviously.
talk about being in sync.
What?
You and
Oh yeah. We when I gotta go poop, he poops.
Aw, that's cute.
That's disgusting as hell. But yeah, it's the truth.
But it makes sense. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
As soon as I hear him, I'm just like, fuck,
Not me.
Xavier.
Not me. I'm like, I gotta go.
No,
I gotta tell
that
like I'm gonna go
That
bathroom.
just means I have to do the cleanup.
Yeah.
That's the only
It's not an
thing.
excuse. You know why? Because I go to the bathroom before he starts. So I know that. So it's not like I hear my kid start pooping, or like my kid is out playing and he does the, he does the freeze frame like, oh shit, it's coming. and then I don't run away. It's like I go to the bathroom first and then my kid starts. But yeah, we're in sync.
That's the best.
It's not periods, but it's our shit. I bet you at one point when we go, we're gonna battle shit.
It's almost the same thing in a way.
Yeah.
Shitty feelings.
You know, our stomachs hurt. Unfortunately,
You get that cramp.
you know, it's only because I've been sitting on the toilet too long, and then you know the blood's not flowing, so I get that Charlie horse.
Oh, you're disgusting.
But you know what I do there? I listen to Audible.
Hey. Bring it around town.
Hey.
I don't come out till I listen to another chapter.
I have listened to Audible.
Almost done like 10 minutes ago.
Okay,
That was
like
a really good chapter.
we are sponsored by Audible. This is not like obviously this is a plug and everything, but I have listened to Audible while I was into like because I was like, hey, dude, I'm not gonna bring a book in here. What if it falls in the toilet?
That's the fear, though.
The next thing is you just hook up the Bluetooth to the speaker and just, dude, it's Harry Potter, $8. Dude, Game of Thrones is so long. Anyway, we'll talk
yeah.
about
It's so long we haven't even opened up the books.
No, I'm talking about Audible. I listen to them
Oh,
on the...
Yeah.
Well, the books itself is just like fucking.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I have the books still sealed. Like, I actually read them like before, but I have like the complete one where the last complete set that came out. I bought it and just I have it sealed.
It's still wrapped.
Yeah. Anyway, so speaking of freedom, when I go to the bathroom, I feel that freedom. All right, I feel that release. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I came this, but she brought it up.
People are gonna be like, and this is where I tune out.
And if you're in the bathroom too, hey! Look, I'm not gonna be afraid to share that shit with you, literally. So have fun.
We are only human.
If you're on the toilet listening to this, I hope you got a good laugh, and it made the strain easier for you.
Yeah.
It helps, the laughing helps you push it out.
It's healthy.
And get your colons checked and all that, guys. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
That's the most.
I think we should end the podcast.
Dirty 30s.
Hey, we made it.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're not gonna name the title.
No,
we'll call it.
no,
We'll call it
that's
Battle Shits. No,
That's perfectly
no,
fine.
you won't. I think.
Battle shits with your parents.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, dude.
That's it.
Oh my god, Battle Shits with your parents.
Hey.
See, they're in sync. I'm telling you. Anyway, I think this is a great place to end the podcast. Again, I'm sorry for the imagery, guys. But if you guys ever come around and you guys see my kid has the dirty diaper and it's poop,
Just assume.
And you don't see me around, you know where I'm at. I'm on my throne. I'm in my throne. Speaking of Game of Thrones, July 16th. Did you guys see the trailer for that?
I haven't seen the trailer. I'm not a Game of Thrones fan.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Have you seen
I've
the
tried.
trailer?
It's
You
not
haven't
like
seen the
I
trailer? I'll show it to you at home.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube HD. Don't worry, I got you.
I just remember the from HBO.
Oh. I don't know if you watch HBO lately, but they have a new ad, like a new role, like where they do, you know how like it's always a VCR sound.
That little noise.
What they do now is they have like a lot of the actors from the different HBO shows. They all go,
I saw. Yeah.
So,
I saw one because I got excited when I saw Sarah Jessica Parker do one, and I was like, so excited.
Is there a show good?
I haven't seen the new one.
No.
I haven't seen it just because I have so much shit to watch. But yeah.
I don't think I watched Silicon Valley last week.
We didn't.
Speaking of, oh shit.
Yeah,
Anyways,
there's
Silicon
a
Valley's
lot of
fucking
shit to
dope.
watch,
I love Silicon
man.
Valley. Yeah, there's so much
shit. I'm so backed up. Hey.
I don't think we were gonna do a topic about this, but Master of None,
Dude,
season 2.
Master of None.
Watch it.
Yeah, way
It
better
started
than.
off a little odd because of the black and white.
I loved it though. It was
Yeah, but
so
it-
good.
I thought I was looking at the wrong thing because he doesn't come out.
Yeah,
So I was like, "What's?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
so good. Yeah.
Allora.
I love. I started like season 1. Finally finished it like a couple weeks ago, and then was able to get into season 2. Season 2 is so good.
Season 1 is so good, and then
It's
season
good,
2
but
is a lot better.
season 2 takes the cake.
She
for me
hasn't
right
finished
now.
it yet. I finished
It's
it
really
already because
good.
I couldn't stop watching
I
it.
watched it right before you guys came
Yeah.
in today.
And
I
then
finished it.
she hasn't gotten to the point yet, and I'm not gonna spoil the rest for it. But the Service People episode was so good, and the episode was getting better. Yeah, I don't think you've seen it yet. Because I couldn't stop watching. I remember that one point where she said, "Hey, we can't really watch a lot of stuff together." So we've been watching Royal Pains together.
I saw this one all by myself. So
Yeah, we've been watching Royal Pains together. So
Okay.
like, I only watch that whenever we sit down for dinner. Like we'll literally just put it in the background because it's like nonsense TV.
yeah,
But like Master of None is like you gotta pay attention to it. So,
yeah, that's like you can't put that show on in the background. At
The
all.
cinematography,
It's so good
the
to
music
watch.
is so good. Like the story arc at the end, I didn't really like as much.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was a little bit forced. Like, oh my god, this is like so specific, and of course it's gonna happen. But I won't ruin it.
Just
and
watch
go
it on
into
your own. But it's
just watch
good
it.
regardless. The storytelling is very well done.
We should do a topic on TV episodes or
Okay.
TV shows we like later on. That would be another
I'm
long
down.
one. Yeah.
I'm always down. I love TV.
Anyway, guys, I hope you guys like this podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, thank you guys. Thanks so much to Audible for sponsoring this podcast. And
Thank you, Audible.
let us know, like, again, we're trying to make it now, and we're actually transitioning to that where we tell our stories and we want to hear your stories as well. So
We really do.
yeah, like we'll share.
I majored in sociology. I want to know everything, and I just keep quiet. So that's what we do. We're nosy people.
I just like to talk and cheese me out. You
Yeah.
know, shoot the shit. Let's go. So if you guys want to send us stuff, obviously let us know what you guys don't want us to read and what you guys.
If you
do
guys
us
want
to
an
read.
anon kind of
Yeah,
thing,
we do anonymous.
Let me know, because I can let you guys know about my Tumblr, and you can leave me anon.
Oh
shit.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You can do that. Or
I don't use my Tumblr as
I
much, but you
can-
can leave me shit on
We
Tumblr.
can start one if you want on Tumblr too, like a Lexicon Podcast.
Yeah,
Tumblr,
there you
and
go. We
just leave
can
it
do
there.
an anon post there, and you don't have to tell us who you are.
Or just send it to again. Just send it to the
Mm-hmm.
Lexicon Podcast at gmail.com. You don't have to send us any information. Just obviously, just let me know. I won't read your email or anything.
Even if you want to just tell us a good story and you want our opinion on it,
Just
man.
send it on Snapchat.
If we find it funny as hell, we'll let you know. We'll be like, hey, can we share this in the podcast? Like, hey, you know what? Let us know. We like talking to you guys, and we like the fact that you guys listen because it just makes makes this much even more better.
Yeah.
So we're doing that.
It
But as
makes it
always,
very easy.
I let people know, letting them know where they can find you. Liz, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram under Liz_the biz.
Angie, where can they find you?
You can find me on Snapchat at Angie_NESS.
And as always, guys, you can find me on Twitter, exclusively_Lex. You can find the YouTube videos at youtube.com/exclusivelylex. That's where you find the video podcast available there. If you guys can support us financially, if you guys want to get the episodes early, you know, all of that jazz, go to patreon.com/Lexicon Podcast. You guys can find all the different perks we have there. Again, if you guys want to make your topics, one of these just about, you know, something that you tell us, let us know. We'll make that available for you guys. Or just get the episodes early, the audio or the video podcast. You guys can do so. But if you guys can't support us financially, it's okay. We understand. Just do what you do best. Share it with your friends. Let them know. We like everybody listening to us, you know. And then, of course, if you're on iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. We definitely appreciate it. We'll try to read all of them out. You know, the more we have, the better it is for us. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for listening, as always. This has been the Lexicon Podcast. We'll see you guys next time. Take
Bye,
care.
guys. Thank you.